So we are back day 2 at Kodachrome Basin State Park, and this time we're going to hike a much longer trail. Last night we hiked about 1.5 mile trail and pretty much got out about 10 minutes before it got completely dark. But we're going to hike the Panorama Trail, and it's anywhere between 3 and 6 miles depending on how much of it you hike and how big of the loop you do. And we're hoping to do maybe the 6 miles. Weather's nice, it's beautiful out, just light jacket weather as the sun goes down. So we've only been hiking for about maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and we came across our first little landmark, which is the Indian Cave, as you can see from the sign, with Indian in quotes because it's probably not necessarily an actual Indian cave, although there are some unique handprints in the wall. This is kind of completely different from other cave markings that we've seen where it was more like a painting on the wall. This is actually dug into the rock. What do you think so far?
You just want me on the video.
Yep. Oh, come on. You got to be on the video sometime.
Might not get to do slot canyons, but we got to go through the secret passage. Wait, are you getting my good side?
Yeah, let's look at the road rage, or road rash.
Road rage?
Not road rage, rash. This is pretty cool. All the erosion and this nice little path down through it. Just kind of thinking about things to talk about on the camera, and one thing that definitely came to mind last night was having proper equipment and knowing your surroundings and like paying attention to the time and sunset and that. I mean, we literally got caught out in the dark last night, and by the time we got back to the Jeep, within 10 or 15 minutes, it was completely pitch black. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face. And we were up on some pretty precarious cliffs, and the stupidest thing of all was I had a helmet or a headlamp in my backpack, which we left in the car. We also had a flashlight in the back of the Jeep. We had everything we needed to be prepared for dark, but we forgot to bring it with us. We knew we were doing a very short hike, and we didn't think it'd be a problem, but even with that, we expected the hike to be a loop. Turned out to be an out and back, so we thought we were getting close to the end of the loop, and we had to backtrack everything that we had just hiked. You definitely want to pay attention and come prepared. And always have, especially in this time of the year, it's nice and hot during the day, but it gets very cold at night, especially when there's no cloud cover, so you can lose 40 degrees in no time. I'm super excited that I've been able to hike so far and not have any knee pain. When I hiked Kings Peak with my friend Randy, or attempted to hike Kings Peak, didn't go so well. Ended up with a bone bruise on the outside of my kneecap from overexertion. I'm not really sure, doctor's not really sure. And to help correct that and to fix an old issue that I had from a cycling injury, I ended up having additional prolotherapy done to my knee. Like Lindsay was just giving me a warning about this. We started calling that the horse cairns and cow cairns, markers for the paths for the cows and the horses. But anyway, so had a bone bruise on the outside of my knee, which can take months to fully heal, and had a slight tear in my meniscus, which I found out through some imaging that I had done, and also was having this old legacy pain I've had for several years now from a cycling injury, which I had some prolotherapy work done on, and all that just before we left for the trip. So I was a little nervous that I'd get out here and not be able to hike and kind of somewhat ruin the trip. And luckily, so far, it's been good. No major issues or anything. Slight discomfort when I first started to hike last night, but the more I hiked, the better it got, and today it's been great. No pain whatsoever. We just got a short hike down this out and back. This would be, wow.
Pretty big.
Very cool. Oh, we got a lot of echo.
Yeah. Woo.
Hey.
I don't know, what sound do you make for a cave?
Whatever you can. As you can see behind me, it's starting to get dark, sun's setting, and we're way out at the farthest end of the trail still, so I think we're going to get to experience some desert night hiking, which I'm kind of thrilled about. Not sure about Lindsay. She's starting to get hungry, and she's got sand in her feet again. She's still got the water shoes on that she had on at Natural Bridges, where she was dumping all the sand out of her shoes all the time. So we're gonna kind of pick up the pace a little bit. Probably gonna skip Panoramic Point. Just don't have time to head out that far. And we'll be making our way back to the car, but probably gonna be dark before we get there. So as you can hopefully see, it's getting quite dark, and we are still way out here. Just now heading back to the main trailhead.
I like Blair Witch.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means exactly.
This is why I said come prepared if you're going out to hike and there's any chance you're going to be stuck out after dark, because it gets dark really quick. So it's just dusk right now, and it's about to get pitch black in less than 15 minutes, and we are much further than 15 minutes away from the trailhead. You can just maybe barely see a little bit of the sunlight kind of off in the distance. And that's about it. So, getting dark quickly. Well, we made it. We actually, if you can see this, actually made it back to the trailhead in the dark. So, glad to be back. Hungry, a little sweaty. Looking for the Jeep. She's right over there. We're gonna pull over to our little dining spot that we checked out last night, grab a bite to eat, and then we're gonna make our way back home. Got about at least a 45 minute commute back to the camper, or to the motorhome.